you're joining. That's really good. Okay. So we'll get started with opening prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया उन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna,
कृष्णा
Krishna Krishna, Hare
हरे राम
Hare Rama,
राम
Rama Rama, Hare.
Okay. All right. So we'll move on to the next shloka. We are still in the second chapter. I think we only have a few more shlokas from second chapter to go before we move on to the third chapter. So we'll start reading this verse. First, we'll say the words of the shloka. Nasti buddhir
Buddhi
ayuktasya
Ayuktasya
na chayuktasya
Nachayuktasya
bhavana
Bhavana
na chabhavyata
Nachabhavatya
shantir
Shantir
ashantasya
Ashantasya
kuta sukham.
Kutasukam.
Okay, so we'll get started. We'll say the first line few times. We'll say each line few times. And remember what we talked about before, that we are not reciting these lines as, it's not just a way to pass the time. Actually, we're reciting this multiple times so that we can actually try and remember something. So each time you come across a verse, I challenge all of you to see if you can actually memorize this verse. Right? So every time someone mute themselves, there's a little background noise. Let me see here. Okay, yeah. All right. So I challenge you to actually memorize this word. So repetition is the mother of learning. So every time we repeat a line, I challenge you to memorize that line. And memorizing Sanskrit shlokas, especially the words of God, the word of Krishna, is actually very purifying. It's one of the best things you can memorize. So we'll try and do that, okay? And I will also try and do that with you. Okay. So we'll start with the first line. नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य
Nasti Buddhayuktasya
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य
Nasti Buddhayuktasya
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य
Nasti Buddhayuktasya
Go to the second line. न चायुक्तस्य भावना
Nagayuktasya
तस्य
Bhavana
न चायुक्तस्य भावना
Nagayuktasya Bhavana
न चायुक्तस्य भावना
Nagayuktasya Bhavana
न चायुक्तस्य भावना
Nagayuktasya Bhavana
Okay, so I just want to say a few words before we proceed. that remember which language is this? Which language are we reading the shloka in? Any ideas? Nandika?
Sanskrit.
Nandini? Yidwani, yes, very good. This is Sanskrit. Is Sanskrit written in English normally? No.
No.
Which language is Sanskrit written in normally? Which script? Anybody know? Satya? Was that you, Satya? Did you answer it?
Yeah. Does Sanskrit have its own letters?
Okay. Do you know what that script is called? Dhvani?
Hey Google.
Dhvani, you said the answer? So the Sanskrit script actually looks like Hindi, right? Has anyone seen Hindi writing before? Anybody knows to read Hindi?
I can't read it, but we can speak Hindi.
That's very good. So Hindi script, Sanskrit, actually Hindi script comes from Sanskrit script. And that script is called Devanagari. So we're actually reading the English here because all of us need some training in reading Sanskrit script. But in general, if you see a dash above the A, it's not a, it's a. Okay? And if you see a C, it's not k, it's ch. Okay? And if you see a S with a dash on top or a dot below it, then that's usually sh. Okay? But if you don't see a dot on the S on the top or bottom, it's usually just S. S. Okay? Not sh. So here we're trying to make English sound as accurate as possible to Sanskrit language. Okay? So we'll say the second line two more times, then we move on to the third line. न च युक्तस्य भावना न च
Yuktya
भावना
bhavana.
न च युक्तस्य भावना
Yuktya bhavana.
भावना. Okay, we'll go to the third line. न च भावयत शान्तिर्
Naka bhavaya
शान्तिर्
dasam.
न च भावयत शान्तिर्
Naka bhavaya
भावयत
dasantir.
न च भावयत शान्तिर्
Naka bhavaya dasantir.
न च भावयत शान्तिर्
Naka bhavaya dasantir.
न च भावयत शान्तिर्
Naka bhavaya dasantir.
अशान्तस्य कुटसुखम्
Asta
सुखम्
asantasya kutafukam.
अशान्तस्य कुटसुखम्
Asantasya kutafukam.
अशान्तस्य कुटसुखम्
Asantasya kutafukam.
We'll recite the whole verse together. So I'll repeat it and then we can all repeat together 5 times. नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न च युक्तस्य भावना न च भावयत शान्तिर् अशान्तस्य कुटसुखम् नास्ति बुद्धिर्युक्तस्य न च युक्तस्य भावना न च भावयत शान्तिर् अशान्तस्य कुटसुखम्
Sukham.
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न च भावयत शान्तिर् अशान्तस्य
सुखं
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य
नास्ति बुद्धियुक्तस्य
न च युक्तस्य भावना
नायुक्तस्य भावना
न च भावयत शान्तिः
न कवियत्
अशान्तस्य कुटसुखम्
अश्युतस्य कुतस्तुकम्
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य
नास्ति बुद्धियुक्तस्य
न च युक्तस्य भावना
न कवियुक्तस्य भावना
अशान्तस्य कुटसुखम् अशान्तस्य कुटसुखम्.
अशान्तस्य कुतसुखम्.
Okay, anyone would like to try with looking? Okay, Dhwani?
Looking, what do you mean?
न च युक्तस्य भावना न च भावयत शान्ति
I always do this part.
अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्.
Okay, beautiful. That was so nice. Thank you, Dhwani. Anybody else would like to try? You can read. Ansh, would like to try?
Yeah.
We can't hear you, Ansh.
I had it, yeah.
Anybody else would like to try? Ansh, there's some problem with your audio, I think. We can't hear you. Okay. So we'll go to the word-to-word meaning. Okay, so I'll repeat the Sanskrit word and then we can repeat the English word as well. Okay? Na asti, there cannot be.
There cannot be.
Cannot be.
Buddhi,
Buddhi,
intelligence,
intelligence.
Sounds like no.
transcendental intelligence. Yuktasya,
It gives you
of one who is not connected with Krishna consciousness.
Of one who is not connected with the
Answer.
Na,
Na,
not.
not,
Cha,
nature
no.
and.
No.
no.
Ayuktasya,
Yeah.
of one devoid of Krishna consciousness.
one
That's not consciousness.
Bhavana,
Bhavana,
fixed mind in
In
happiness.
happiness.
six mind and happiness.
Na,
Na,
No.
not.
No.
not,
Cha,
huh?
and.
And
Abhavayata,
Abhavayata,
Huh?
of one who is not fixed.
One who is not fixed.
Shanti,
Shanti,
peace. Ashantasya,
Shantasya,
of the unpeaceful.
unpeaceful.
Kuta,
Buddha,
where is.
Where is
Sukham,
to come?
happiness.
happiness.
Okay, so any volunteers to read the translation? Who would like to read the translation? Atisha? Yes, Atisha.
One who is not connected with the Supreme in Krishna consciousness can neither can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. Then how can there be any happiness without peace?
You, Ashi.
You wait for that.
One who is not connected with Supreme in Krishna's consciousness can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace?
Thank you. Samanyu.
One who is not connected with the Supreme in Krishna's consciousness can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace?
Hey, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for reading. Anybody else would like to volunteer? Dhwani? Yes, Dhwani.
Consciousness can have neither transcendental intelligence nor a steady mind, without which there is no possibility of peace. And how can there be any happiness without peace?
The dawn.
Thank you. So we're going to try and understand this verse. Okay, we're going to break it down. So what is peace?
Peace is
What do you know about peace?
peace.
Nandika? Nandini?
Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.
Is peace just a V sign on your fingers? Is that it?
Wait, stop.
2 fingers up and that's peace?
Yeah.
That it? Really?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Or is there more to it?
There's
Oh,
Is it just a dove holding an olive branch?
the dove,
Mhm.
and then olive plant is another symbol for peace.
Mm-hmm. So what does it mean to you? What do you understand? What is the opposite of peace? Satya.
I think it's war.
Yeah, the opposite of peace is war.
Yeah.
Yes. Nimai?
I was gonna say war.
Yes. Ashi, you want to say something else? Or- Yeah.
Anger,
Yes.
anger.
Anger. Yes. Fighting. This is the opposite of peace, right? Nandika and Nandini?
Destruction.
Yeah, destruction. So let's talk a little bit more about peace and what we think about it. So, what makes you peaceful and happy?
41 minutes.
Anybody would like to share what makes you peaceful? What makes you feel calm and happy?
Happy getting a new peaceful.
Summon you said something? I couldn't catch that.
No, I didn't.
Dhruv?
My brother said that. My brother said getting a new PS5.
Okay. Dhruv, go ahead, Dhruv.
I'm telling that. I have to tell you who said it.
Okay, Dhruv, do you want to share what makes you peaceful and happy?
Reading makes me peaceful and happy.
Oh, wow. That's very nice. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, anybody else? Ashi, what makes you peaceful and happy?
Spending time with my family
Spending
and
time. Very nice. Nandita and Nandini,
Let's
you
take pictures.
share
Wait.
what makes you
Excuse
peaceful
me.
and happy?
See who it was? That was my brother. Wait, no.
Sorry, Nandika and Nandini, you were saying something? I missed it.
TV and books.
TV and books. Okay, very nice. And then who else would like to share? Dhvani, what makes you peaceful and happy? We can't hear you. I think you're mute.
You're muted. Playing with my brother.
Playing with your brother. That's very nice. So these are all wonderful things, right? It makes us peaceful, calm. Um, have you ever felt upset and like you couldn't concentrate on something? Yes? Anybody want to share a situation that made them upset and then you couldn't concentrate on what you were doing? Ashi?
So let's say if you're taking a test and you don't know a question and lots of people are making noise and
Hmm.
then you can't concentrate.
Yeah, that can be pretty upsetting. Yes. Anyone else? Nandini, Nandika?
When your parents don't allow you to eat candy.
Oh, that makes you upset. And then that makes you lose focus in what you're doing.
Yes.
Anybody
Like
else?
the her.
Anybody else like to share something that makes them not peaceful? Brenda, your hand is up? No? Okay. All right. So, we're going to understand. So, this shloka that we just learned today is actually talking about peace, and it's actually talking about what can make one peaceful, right? There are some wars going on in the world right now. Um, Pretty bad wars. And that makes people very
You
miserable.
keep pausing.
Am I pausing?
Yes.
Okay.
You
Is everyone, can everyone hear me properly?
Yeah.
yes.
You
But it
speak it
keeps
normal.
glitching.
Okay.
Keeps glitching though.
Okay.
Right now we can hear you properly, but it was like glitching.
Yeah, it was glitching a little bit.
Okay. Okay. I'll move myself to somewhere else. So basically,
Yeah, noise.
some background noise.
So much noise.
I just mute.
And
What is
everybody's
that?
paused now.
Okay. Can you hear me okay now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So, so there are some wars going on in the world right now, right? And does that make people peaceful and happy when two countries are fighting?
No.
No,
No.
people are scared, they're fearful, right? They're worried about their lives. So this world is actually not at peace right now,
Wait, this is nice.
right?
What's that?
I think there's in the world right now Ukraine and Russia and then India and Pakistan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there are a lot of other wars going on too. Israel, you've
If,
heard of Israel and Palestine war?
oh yeah, I've heard of you.
Yeah. So a lot of
Right.
many wars going on around the world. So it's not a very peaceful time, right? The
Yeah.
world seems like it's they're fighting wars. People are not. So this shloka in the Bhagavad Gita actually gives us the secret of how we can get peace, and we're going to find out how. So these are the words that are mentioned in the shloka. One word that was mentioned was yukta, and yukta means connecting with Krishna. So, how we can connect with Krishna is like being best friends with Krishna. All of us have best friends, right? So, similarly, we can also make God our best friend. We can make Krishna our best friend. And another way of achieving peace is to have a steady mind. That is to have a calm and a clear mind. And the other word that was mentioned in this shloka was shanti or peace. That is feeling relaxed and not worried. And if we're able to connect with Krishna, we can get a steady mind, we can become peaceful, and we can get happiness. So, this is the Bhagavad Gita's formula for getting peace and happiness, Shanti and Sukha. So, you can see this. Oh, there's no picture here. I thought I put a picture. Oh, okay. So, this is a picture of Krishna with Sudama. Sudama was Krishna's best friend from school. They knew each other
Gurukul.
from school, from Gurukul. And and because, Sudama always knew that Krishna is his friend, he was always peaceful and he was always happy, even though he was in a very miserable material condition of life. So, what is this? What do you see on the screen right now?
A hand.
A hand, okay. And what is connected to the hand? Fingers?
Uh,
What is fingers are part of the hand, right?
a palm.
Yeah,
Blood.
An arm.
correct.
Blood.
Palm.
Yeah.
Blood.
So the fingers, they work well only when they're serving the body, right? So so we feel happy and peaceful only when we are serving Krishna because we're all parts of Krishna. So what happens if the finger says, I don't want to help the hand anymore. I'm going to go do my own thing. Is that going to make the finger very happy?
No.
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 No, if the finger walks off and says, actually, some people lose their fingers for various reasons. So does that are they able to do very much with their hand if you lose your fingers?
No.
Oh, they're part of the body, right? They serve the body. Similarly, we are all parts of Krishna. And the moment we become disconnected with Krishna, our mind becomes restless. Our mind becomes very restless and we become unsteady and not so peaceful. So, the problem in this world is that because people are so disconnected from God, they're very disturbed in their minds, and hence we're seeing, of course, big countries fighting wars, but also small wars going on within families, friends. Sometimes we see that happen, and sometimes the wars just go on internally. Sometimes we are at war with ourselves. We don't know what to do. Sometimes we do something wrong, and we're not able to come to a conclusion. We become confused and disturbed, right? So the conclusion of this verse, okay, let's see what the next slide is. What do you see in this picture? What's happening in the first picture to the left? Does
Parents
she look
fighting,
I.
does she
Parents
look
fighting.
and the
yeah,
kid doesn't like it.
does she look peaceful to you? Does
No.
She looks
miserable,
agonized.
right?
He looks
And
scared.
what is the child doing in the other picture on the right?
He's peaceful.
Peaceful.
Yes.
Yeah,
Peaceful and
he's chanting his
meditating.
God. So this is actually Bhagavad Gita is actually providing us a lesson here. So the lesson is that the moment you become not so peaceful, you connect with God. You offer a prayer. What do you do when you become disturbed? When your mind is not peaceful, what do?
Pray to God.
You offer a prayer to God, right? You immediately close your eyes and offer a prayer. So that's how you connect with God. You connect with God by offering a prayer, right? And that's what this little girl is doing here. When we're in a situation that we can't control, when there's so much misery around and you want to immediately get peace, you immediately connect with Krishna
You're still
by chanting.
pausing. You're glitching.
I'm glitching again.
Yes.
Okay. So you get the point? Who heard what I said last? Who understood what I said? Ashi?
Kind of.
Okay, what did I say?
You said that. One second.
Can't hear you right now for some reason, even though you're unmuted. Anybody else? Okay, let's try Ashi again. Nima? Let's try Nima and we'll come back to you, Ashi, okay?
You said that whenever there's some situation going on, we should connect to God, say a prayer.
Yes. So if we're disturbed in a certain situation, the next thing we should, this is what the shloka is telling us, that it's because we're disconnected from Krishna and we should immediately connect to Krishna, offer a prayer. And you know what is the best way you can offer a prayer? You know, there's a phone number. There is a phone number in which you can connect with God. You all have a phone number in which you can connect with your parents, right?
Yes.
Who all know your parents' phone
Yes,
number? Everybody knows their parents' phone numbers?
Yes.
Yes,
no.
very good. So,
No.
this is the phone number by which you can connect to Krishna directly. It's his direct line. So, we're going to say this of one time. Everybody can say it with me. You can, if you don't know it, you can look at the words on the screen and you can say it with me. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare.
Hare Hare. Hare Rama.
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama.
Rama.
Hare
Hare
Hare.
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 Yes, very nice. So actually,
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
this is the hidden secret in our Vedas. This verse, this mantra, it's called the Maha Mantra, and it's like a hidden verse. Not every It's a secret. Not everybody knows the phone number to God. But guess what? You all know how to directly connect to Krishna now, right? So this not everybody knows, therefore you need to go tell them, right? This is Krishna's phone number. So if you are disturbed, if you are not feeling so happy and peaceful, this is how you can connect to God, by chanting this phone number to Krishna directly, right? Satya, you have a question?
Is it an actual phone number?
Yes, if you want to believe it to be a phone number, yes, you just have to chant it. You can chant it softly in your mind. You can
What
chant
if we like? What if we like call it? What if we
it.
call it? What happens then?
Oh no, no. It's so it is an actual phone number in the sense that there's a heart-to-heart connection. So this kind of a phone number does not need a connection through the cell phone or through T-Mobile or AT&T. You don't need any of those connections. So this can connect to God instantly. This is transcendental. It's superior to any of our phone connections. So, so this is so actually we're going to do an exercise, okay? This is a mind exercise. It's kind of a meditation. So I would like everyone to sit very calmly in a very steady posture. Sit up in your chairs, okay?
I'm not there, but okay.
If you know this mantra, you can close your eyes and recite. If you do not know this mantra, whoever is scribbling on the screen, please take that off, please. No scribbling on the Maha Mantra. We offer it all due respect. The names of Krishna are not different from Krishna. So, everybody can close their eyes, or if you don't know this mantra, you can read from the screen, and we're going to chant it 3 times. So this is a mantra actually that can be chanted on. It can be on beads. You can meditate on this. You can close your eyes and meditate, or you can sing it. If you go to a Hare Krishna temple, if you go to an ISKCON temple, they actually sing this mantra. Anyone heard of it before?
Yeah.
Has anyone heard Hare Krishna Kirtans? Yes, it's so beautiful, right? It's like a meditation, a sweet meditation. We're going to chant this Maha Mantra 3 times. Everybody either close your eyes or look at the screen, and we can all unmute and chant together. Okay? Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna. Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama. Hare
Rama,
Rama. Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama.
Rama,
Hare Rama. Rama Rama.
everybody's
Hare
glitchy.
Hare.
Hare Hare. Okay. So this actually will really
Dancing.
pacify your heart. It's going to ease your heart. So whenever you feel angry, whenever you feel disturbed, whenever you feel not so calm, you can sit down, close your eyes, and chant this mantra a few times, and this can calm everything down. It can make you feel peaceful and happy and make good decisions. Okay? All right. Shall we move on to the story? On to Ramayan?
1 minute.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, good, fine. Now we
Okay.
can start.
So we are actually starting the next section of the Ramayan. It's called the Ayodhya Kanda. And in the Ayodhya Kanda, so the Bal Kanda ends with the marriage of Sita and Ram. So, how many of you remember what was discussed in the last class?
I missed it.
Mandani?
I know this story.
Okay,
No, I knew this. I know the story. Same.
that's very nice. Do you remember what was discussed
Oh,
in
I
the
know this story.
last class?
It was so Rama went to his palace to marry her. No, to do the uh to string Lord Shiva's bow
Yeah,
and
so,
like the competition.
yeah, he broke Lord
He broke the bow.
right?
Which was an accident because he was so strong.
Yeah, he actually was going to string it, but not only did he string it, he also broke it.
And and Ravan also came, and Ravan fell flat on his face when he tried.
Yeah, so he was definitely not as strong as Ram.
Yes.
So,
Was
we're
very
going to
weak.
do a quick recap. Okay, who are the sons of Dashrath?
Ram, Lakshman, oh wait, Ram, Bharat, Lakshman, and Shatrughan.
Okay,
Ah.
thank you. All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you for your enthusiasm, and I'm glad you remember. So, Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, and Shatrugna are the 4 sons of Dashrath. And who can tell me the names of the wives of Dashrath?
One of them was Sita. No.
No.
No,
Oh no.
no.
Wait. No. 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 I forget.
Nimai?
Kai.
Kaushalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I thought you guys
Do you
two.
know, does
Hey,
anyone
I said
know,
Kai.
do you know how many wives Dashrath had?
3.
3.
So he had 3 prominent wives, but he had more. Anyone knows? It's in the Valmiki Ramayan.
I don't know.
He had 350 wives.
What?
And Kaushalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra were his prominent wives. Okay?
What does that mean?
So back in the day, Kshatriyas, kings, could marry more than one wife.
He has to
It's
read double
allowed.
time because he didn't do this. Bruh.
Yep, it was allowed at the
That
time.
was
Okay? All
bruh.
right. Who is this?
Bruh.
Screen.
This Krishna?
Who
Ram.
are we talking
Lord
about?
Ram. Who's
Okay,
Krishna?
Lord Ram. Very good. So Lord Ram, he was the beloved son of Dashrath, and he all the citizens of Ayodhya, they loved him so much.
Okay, I'm embarrassing about
He's
it.
the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna himself, and he's a reservoir of all good qualities. He had a lot of good qualities. And why did he come? What was the purpose of Lord Ram coming? Let's see someone who is not answered so far. Satya, why did Lord Ram come?
Because of one of the king's wives banished him to the forest.
Okay. Anybody else? Yes, Dhruv and Dhvani?
Like Marichu, Subahu, Tataka, and then also other.
To kill the demons, yes. And who is the main demon that he had come to kill? Okay, Nandika and Nandini.
Rav.
Ravan, yes. His main purpose was to come and kill Ravan. So we're going to talk about some of the qualities of Lord Ram. And this is very nice to hear. It's very nice to hear the qualities of God. And it's very nice to hear and imbibe them. So he was a very courageous and heroic Kshatriya. So he was a warrior prince, and later on he became king. He was very self-controlled. He was self-satisfied. He was without malice. He did not hate anyone, right? And he was very gentle. His words and his deeds, he was very gentle. And he did not take offense when someone criticized him. When someone tried to tell him what wrong things he did take offense. He actually took it as a blessing. And he was very pleased with even the smallest show of kindness. He was forgiving, he was humble, he always wanted to associate, always wanted to be with those who are very pious and who are very uplifting and knowledgeable, who are full of wisdom. So those are the kind of people he always wanted to be with. He was considerate, he was kind, he was always the first to welcome guests. So anytime there were guests, he would be the first to go and receive them. He was learned, he was youthful, and he punished the wrongdoers and he rewarded the virtuous. So whoever was doing something wrong, he punished them, and whoever did something very good, he rewarded them. And he was the greatest fighter. So this is about Lord Ram. Now, Maharaj Dashrath is sitting in his kingdom, in his with his court. He has ruled the kingdom of Ayodhya for 60,000 years. And he's saying, now I've grown old, I've grown fatigued, and I want to retire from my royal duties. And I forgot to mention, Bharat and Shatrughna at this point of time were with their uncle. Yes. Nimai, you want to say?
They're in Kekya.
Yes, they're in the kingdom of Kekia, within their mother's kingdom, right? So Maharaj Dashrath is now sitting, and of course Ram was the oldest son, and he was his favorite son. And Maharaj Dashrath, he ruled Ayodhya for 60,000 years, and he started seeing a lot of evil omens. He's seeing a lot of bad omens, and he was very anxious to install Ram as king. So he gathered all his members of his court, um, Vashishta Muni, his minister Sumantra, and all the other important people in his kingdom to make this decision, to express his heart. And everybody agreed that yes, Ram will make a very worthy king and that he should be made the next king. But Dashrath was very anxious. He felt that this was it should be done very urgently. So he asked Vashisht Muni, the guru of their dynasty, to arrange for the installation ceremony. So to bring all the sacred waters, all the preparations to start the installation ceremony of Lord Ram. And he told Sumantra to tell the city of Ayodhya that, because everybody loved Lord Ram, the whole city of Ayodhya loved Lord Ram so much. They were so excited and they started decorating the city very beautifully with fragrant flowers, with festoons, with lamps and lights. Everybody was so happy that Lord Ram was going to be the king. And Maharaj Dashrath um, was felt that this should be done very urgently because he felt like a lot of bad things were about to happen. So they started doing that. Vashisht Muni started gathering all the paraphernalia, and Sumantra informed everybody. And soon they called for Lord Ram. And King Dashrath told Lord Ram that this is my desire, Ram, that I have now grown old and weary. Now I feel like it's time for me to retire. And I've finished. My rule has is coming to an end, and I think it's time for me to pass it on to a worthy son. And
Sorry about that.
because you are my eldest and my favorite son, therefore you will be installed as the king. So hearing this, the news spread really fast throughout the palace, and all the queens got to know about this. Mother Kaushalya. So who's the mother of Lord Ram?
Kaushalya.
Kaushalya. Who is the mother of Bharat?
Uh, Kai Kai.
Okay, very good. And who is the mother of Bharat and Shatrughna?
Lakshman and Shatrugna.
Sorry,
Shatrugna
you're
will be
right. Lakshmana.
Smitra.
No, who is the mother?
Sumitra.
Sumit.
Smitra.
Yes. So everybody got to hear the news of Lord Ram's coronation, and everybody became so happy. They started giving out gifts to their they started giving out gifts to everybody, to all the maid servants, to all the citizens of Ayodhya started receiving so many gifts because the royal family was in sheer happiness. Even Mother Kaikai was very, very happy to hear about this. So you can see this is the city of Ayodhya decorated. All the citizens are very happy and they're very excited that Lord Ram is going to be coronated as the king.
But wasn't Kaikai mad and she wanted to
Yeah.
make Rath king?
Not yet. She was not mad yet. So,
How did she get mad?
Because
No,
of
not
so,
told.
the
every, so
the woman.
One
everybody,
lady told her mantra.
you
Oh
are
yeah.
all right. So there was one person who was not happy in the entire kingdom, and her name was
Mantra.
Mantara.
Mantra.
So Mantara was actually Kaikai's maidservant since she was a little girl. when she was growing up in the kingdom of Kekia. That's how long Mantara was with Keikei. So Mantara was the only one who was not happy about this. And she was so frustrated to see everybody celebrating Lord Ram's coronation. So actually, Mantara in her
Wanted
previous
Bharat to be king, so she told Kaikai about it, and then Kaikai thought about it, and then she agreed to do that, and then she forced Dasharath to send Ram to the kingdom for 40 years, so Bharat could be king.
Can you tell me who Mantara was in her previous birth? So she was an Apsara. So Mantara was an Apsara, and she was sent by the demigods to actually help Ram in his mission to kill Ravan.
Right.
So had she not banished Ram to the forest, Ram would have never been able to kill Ravan, sitting in Ayodhya, just sitting in Ayodhya. So this was all to help this pastime, help Ram's uh, facilitate his pastime in helping killing Ravan. So Mantara, she was not at all happy, and she actually went to Keikei, and she told Keikei, "What is all this going on? Why is everybody so
You're
happy?"
glitching.
And oh,
We can't hear
okay, can you hear me now?
you at all.
Can everybody else hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So can you repeat what you said?
Yeah. So Mantara went to Keikei and she was very frustrated that why is everybody so happy? And Keikei said, why? It's such a joyous occasion. And Ram was favorite of everyone, not just Kaushalya and Dashrath and the citizens, but also favorite of Keikei and also favorite of Sumitra and the rest of the kingdom. So she was saying, what is not there to celebrate? Ram is such a sweet, sweet child. He is so humble. He serves everyone so nicely. And he's doing this as a service. And she was so happy. And she immediately gave Mantara jewels that here, please take. This is for out of celebration for Ram's coronation. And Mandara immediately threw them away. And she was like, are you out of your mind? Do you not know that if Ram becomes the king tomorrow, he is going to make you his maidservant and he's going to make Bharat his slave? And Keikei was saying, what are you talking about? Who has put such filth in your mind about Lord Ram? But Mantara, she persisted. She kept persisting and she kept talking to Keikei about how wrong this arrangement was. And she even told her that why is this being decided? So she was feeding poison into the mind of Keikei about Ram and Dashrath. And she said that how can this be done when why is this decision being made so suddenly when Bharat and Shatrughna are not even in the kingdom? So she started feeding a lot of poison into the mind and about the Supreme Lord, about Lord Ram. And slowly, Kaikai's mind changed. She became very, very convinced that yes, whatever Mantara is saying is right. So we need to be very careful about bad association. We need to be
Can I go to
very,
the bathroom?
yes, that's fine. So we need to be very careful about bad association, about people who are, and this is actually what happens with bad association. We don't realize it, but slowly and slowly our mind gets poisoned and we fall into a trap.
Yeah.
So this is what was happening.
Okay.
So this is what was happening with KK, and KK actually asked Mantra, "Okay, Mantra, what should I do? Please tell me." And Mantra told her that you can ask. Actually, she reminded that Dashrath had given her two boons. And this was when
You're
Dashrath.
glitching.
Okay.
Can you repeat what you said? You're glitching.
I think you're the only one who feels like I'm glitching. Is anybody else feeling that I was glitching? No. Okay. Yeah, so there's something wrong on your end, Nandika, Nandini.
No.
So yeah. So anyways, she reminded KK that actually there are two boons that were given to you by Dashrath. When Dashrath was fighting a war, um, he was severely wounded. He was fighting for the demigods. He was fighting the demons on the side of Indra, and he was severely wounded.
Oh,
And
I know this story.
Yes,
yeah,
so do I.
So uh so Dashrath was in the carriage, and then one of the demons shot like an arrow at one of the wheels, and the wheel like came off. But Dashrath didn't realize, but Kaikai did, and then so she put her finger instead of like that screw, so the wheel would be held in place.
yeah.
And then
That
she injured too, and yeah.
Yeah, she actually saved his life. She nursed him back to all his wounds, back to health. So Kaikai became influenced by the words of Mantra. And that's when Dashrath told Kaikai that I actually owe you my life because you saved my life. And for that, I would like to, out of gratitude, because I'm so grateful to you, I would like to give you two boons. And Manthara reminded Kaikai about those two boons. And she told Kaikai that go to the sulking chamber and take off all your jewelry, put on old rags as clothes, and lie down on the cold floor and act as though you are miserable. So that's what she did. She went there, and then Dashrath Maharaj was notified that Kaikai is in the sulking chamber by one of the servants. He was told to go and see her. So Dashrath was immediately disturbed, and he was wondering, the whole kingdom is celebrating. Why is Kaikai sulking? Why is she sad? So he immediately went to the sulking chamber, and he saw Kaikai on the floor weeping and very miserable. She was feeling very bad. And Dashrath tried to find out what is going on, but she didn't um, say a word. She didn't say a word until Dashrath said, confirmed, and promised that he would fulfill any desire that she wished. So she actually started sulking. And Dashrath said, I promise you, I'll give you whatever you want. If whatever you need, you're my dear queen. So whatever you need, I will give it to you. But please don't sulk on this auspicious evening of Lord Ram's coronation. So Dashrath said it three times, and that's when Kaikai decided, okay, he's promised me three times that he would give me whatever I want. So now is the time to ask for the two boons. And she reminded him that actually you had given me two boons. She reminded him of that battle with the demons, and she said that I'm here to ask for the two boons. And of course, you know what the two boons are, right? Anybody would like to mention what they are? Ashi?
One that Bharat becomes king and Rama goes to the forest.
Yes, for 14 years. So one was that instead of Lord Ram, Bharat should become the king of Ayodhya. and that Lord Ram should be banished to the forest for 14 years, and that will give time long enough for the citizens to accept Bharat as the king.
Wait, I have one question though. Wasn't King Dashratha's his name King Nemi, but yes, it was, but so like the demon, I watched the Srimad Ramayan, and it showed the demon. He was flying in his aircraft sort of thingy, and he made 10 of them. But Dashratha defeated them by shooting all 10 of his arrows at them. So, people called him Dashratha because that means attacked by 10 sides.
Yes. Yes, that's how he got his name, Dashrath.
I want a question. The way I read it in a book was like, it wasn't that. So there were two reasons. So, one time Dashrath went hunting, and then there was also another family. There was like a person, and his parents were both blind.
Oh.
So he
Oh,
had to,
Oh, I know that.
yeah, he got cursed.
he
It's
went to the
I think that was Dashratha when he was
yeah.
little,
So that kid
Yes,
right?
that was when he was a
went
He
to
killed
get water, and then
the son of it,
animal,
and
he
then
accidentally
he had
killed
one
him.
wish.
And then he brought but
yes.
he felt bad for it, and he brought water to the parents.
We're,
Yeah, and
we're
then he
talking.
Yeah, but the parents
told
didn't know.
what happened,
Oh,
and then the parent he told the parents, and then the dad cursed. I mean, the parents cursed him
yes, you're talking about the story of Shravan Kumar.
that he since he separated.
Yes,
So
we're going to talk
the
about.
dad cursed.
Yes, we're going to come to that story in the next class. So,
You're pausing again.
okay, you know what?
No,
You're you're
you.
too. You're pausing too. But anyway, we're going to talk about the story in the next class. That's the story of Shravan Kumar. Okay? So basically, we're going to end here. So basically, that and when she asked for the boons, that disturbed the mind of Dashrath a lot, so much that he fainted and he started chanting Ram, Ram because he
Did
could not.
Dashrath die because he was so like sad?
Yeah.
No, because he
Right,
died too
right
sorrow.
now, Ram doesn't even know that he's going to be banished. Right now, he just heard about the news. He didn't die right away. First,
Yeah.
Ram, first of all, Ram leaves the kingdom, and then after Ram leaves the kingdom, that's when he leaves his body.
So
He
a
separates.
soldier takes them, and then he leaves them in the forest, and then later he comes back, and then Dashrath tells
Yes, we're going to talk
him
about all
to
this,
bring them back, and then he
Nandika.
doesn't bring them back, and then he gets like really.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you to pause for a second because I know you know the story. We're going to talk about this in the next class, but I'm so happy to hear about your enthusiasm. You're so excited, and we want you to keep up with that, okay? But for now, we're going to end with class with the point where Dashrath gets to know, and
You're
he has given his word to KK that he would fulfill whatever she asks for, and now she has asked for her two boons, and this is the point in time where he is extremely disturbed and he doesn't know what to do. So, this is where we're going to end for today's class, and all these wonderful stories are going to come up in the next class. Okay? So,
Bye.
the main take home point in this class is that we have to be very, very careful of bad association. Be very careful of
Are we
people.
going to do? Can we do? When are we doing a Kahoot next?
So we will do a Kahoot in another 1 or 2 classes. Okay?
Yeah.
We'll have only Kahoot quiz in that class. All right. Okay, so
Bye.
thank you everyone for joining, and we'll see you next week. Okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hare Krishna.
Bye.
Thank you.
Wait, can we leave now?
Yes. Yes. This is the end of class. Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Wait 1 minute.